everybody, and welcome to the third reboot of the Lunarcast podcast. We went from Lunarcast to Talking PlayStation, and now we are back to Lunarcast, maybe Lunarcast 2.0, depends on what Jacket wants to call it. I am your host, Ironstorm, and Jacket himself is now gone. Well, he's still part of Lunarcastaways. He's not doing it anymore. He's very busy with life and business and British stuff and everything. So with me for this relaunch is two people. Mike, We Heart Games. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello. And we have dragged Penguin, Mr. Penguin Von Penguin.
Howdy.
From his home in Antarctica.
Oh, I'm still there. This is via satellite broadcast.
Via satellite broadcast. Can you turn the winter machine off, or at least turn it down a little bit more?
I have slowly been turning it down.
Thanks.
Just turn it off. I
know.
I am done with winter.
I'm proving world domination with this.
I'm getting very sick of winter right now. I just dragged about like 8 branches to my side yard just to get them out of my driveway.
But I would say world domination would come better with summer because you're giving people what they want.
No, if I freeze most of the people, then there won't be as many people I have to dominate. I have a plan.
Okay.
That's fair. So like I said, this is a relaunch. We talked about it in the Discord and everything, and Mike and Penguin offered to kind of jump on and do the podcast because, like I said, Jacket is extremely busy with all of his British things that British people do that we have.
And we
no
are
idea.
gluttons for punishment.
That too. So we're gonna see how long this lasts.
Oh, I'm in it till one of you taps out.
Until one of us. I'm in it. The only thing is we're gonna do everything we can to try and make it a weekly thing, but we all three of us have separate schedules. We have things we gotta do. We have lives. If something happens and we can't record over the weekend and that, we'll do what we can.
I'm really disappointed that you just said the 3 of us when there are 4 of us here.
Right, 2 penguins in a people suit.
Where's the cat head?
Where's the cat head?
That's only for Lunar Castaways Wrestling, sir.
Yeah,
okay,
that is
gotcha.
that is where you'll know Mike elsewhere. He is our host of LCW, which will record every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, such as today.
I'm sorry, Iron, but you are outnumbered, so you now have to refer to all times as Central Time. Because it is the best time.
Come on. No, I'm still hosting, so hey, at least Jacket's not here. He'd be making us use British time.
British time is a fake construct.
They say it's a superior time because it's the origin of all time.
Wouldn't
right.
the origin of all time be from the origin of people, which is like in Mesopotamia or some shit? We're all in Arabic time now.
We're all in Arabic time. Universal time. So yeah, this podcast will be mostly focused on gaming. We will probably pop in with some real world happenings if it so calls for it, or if gaming news is relatively slow.
Oh, there will be wrestling talk at some point too.
I'm sure there will be wrestling
I'm just
talk.
gonna let you know.
That's fine. You can have wrestling talk. You can have penguin talk. You can have some...
I was hoping
talk.
that the ticketing website that I used to get cheapo tickets was going to have Elimination Chamber tickets for tomorrow, but they haven't popped up.
That's a shame. I didn't go to the wrestling this past because it was actually SmackDown was in Toledo. Someone at work went. He really liked it and that. But he also hasn't been in like 30 years. So, but he really did like it. We thought about going, but we just kind of bummed around the house instead.
Better plan.
Slackers.
So, like I said, this is going to be a gaming kind of focused one and everything. So we have a few headlines from the past week or so that we can talk about. We'll start off with kind of the big one that a lot of people talked about at the beginning of the week, and it kind of overtook a lot of things. It was Activision Blizzard. They had their earnings call for their quarter or for their yearly earnings call. made record profits or record earnings, and yet they still laid off 800 people. Because why not?
Well, because Diablo 4 is fucking expensive, kids.
So from what I understand, just kind of reading up on it, so it was only 8% of like almost 10,000 people. They have like 9,600 or something like that. So it they laid off 8%. And most of it is non-development. So most of it's on the administrative side. And my guess is part of that is related to Bungie leaving. Because Activision was handling pretty much everything outside of development for Destiny for Bungie. So marketing, all that, publishing, all that kind of stuff. And since that deal is now no longer there, I'm assuming they decided to take their, the people that they had in that position for Bungie and restructure to make the, use those people across the whole company instead of just for one project.
Oh, I think that maybe that has something to do with it, but I think part of it is probably that their esports division maybe not doing as well as they thought it would do, and Overwatch League is pretty cool, but like the sub-series doesn't, like, it's there. I know that there is a minor league Overwatch League, but I've never watched it, and you're still having to pay those guys and this and that. So I feel like maybe they put a little too much in the esports basket last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. They just dove too far into esports. I will say I do agree with Mike on the Bungie thing, because I do remember reading somewhere that there were people that worked on the Bungie stuff and that, and they've just been sitting around doing nothing because there's nothing that they can do. So I won't say that some of the cuts are, aren't attributed to Bungie, because I mean you lose a massive project like Bungie, and then you had people that was in your company working on it. Yeah, they're not going to have anything to do. Granted, they probably could have shifted them to other projects, or offer them a position at another division of Activision Blizzard, like, maybe, a subsidiary company or something. But no, we're just going to lay you off. And then the fact that some people were actually let on about this, because apparently it was an open secret kind of thing.
Yeah, I heard that people were, they knew it was coming, they just didn't know who was going to get the axe. Like, they knew what was happening.
Yeah, well, some people actually signed an agreement to stay quiet, and they got a better severance package.
I would like to retroactively sign their severance package agreement so I can have their severance package. Well, like, in all honesty, You're developing the Diablo mobile game that nobody wants. You could have probably cut that entire development team, honestly, or shifted them to actual Diablo 4. Call of Duty. It's my understanding that the Blackout player base dwindled pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. It did. I mean, I don't play it.
I have it now, and I haven't even opened it yet. I got it for free. So maybe Call of Duty came out hot but didn't stay hot, so you're not making bank off of that. And it does say that there's a lot of things that are contributing to them looking at their earnings forecast for 2019 and going, oh, we're going to be flat, we're not going to have growth, and if you're not going to grow, you can't continue to support the same number of people. And
very true.
In the scheme of things, yeah, 800 people out of work. But if Activision Blizzard doesn't cut these jobs, what happens? What do they have to scale back? Because they didn't cut those jobs and have to pay people more money instead of putting it into projects. So it's painful. It hurts to watch people lose jobs, but
yeah. I mean, I would say on a brighter side of the story, if because it was a lot of the administrative people, like the non-development people, I think it's going to be easier for them to maybe find jobs elsewhere. They don't necessarily have to go. Yeah. They don't necessarily have to go into the games industry, but it's still going to be hard, obviously.
Every time he talks, the dog goes off.
I know.
But there's other companies that need marketing and accounting and stuff like that they could always move into.
That's a saving grace for a lot of those people, because they're not necessarily games people, so their skills work across a multitude of industries. So they will probably be able to easier land on their feet than, say, if they had decided to lay off the entire Overwatch development team and be like, oh, we're done with this now, and you guys are gone. Then you have that team that has to split apart and go elsewhere and then find the right fit for them. But yeah, I mean, talking about marketing, accounting department, this and that, these people are going to land on their feet a lot easier.
Yeah, they are going to land on their feet. I think the big criticism with it all was just how Activision Blizzard went about the layoffs. Like, it wasn't really a whole thing. Like, usually you hear about layoffs, like, with the GM plants, in reality here, GM plants, they shut down, but these people knew about it for months and months, so they had time to plan and everything. These were kind of like, am I losing my job? Is this and that? And then all of a sudden you're like, here's your slip, see you, bye.
Well,
I mean, that's usually how most layoffs happen.
Yeah, and if
you get
this was
dragged
an
into a
open
room
secret,
and
most layoffs that are non-unionized, because at my dad's work, like, they know, like, they usually pick people going like, you're getting laid off, you're getting laid off, you're getting laid off in the winter, we'll call you back in 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that started the union talk.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other ball game, and since I live in a right-to-work state where unions aren't super powerful, and there are some protections that the unions have that would be nice, but also, I don't like giving a cut of my paycheck to some group because they are supposedly doing things in my best interest that aren't always in my best interest.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. Like, just on a side note, I mean, like, my dad's in a union in that. His is $20 a month for, the union is a union due, and when he goes to the meetings, if he goes to every meeting for a year, they just kick that back to him. He doesn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, but your dad's probably grandfathered into a way lower union due than what new people going into that union are paying.
Oh no, everybody at his work pays that. It's $20.
But either way, like,
yeah, either way,
going back and looking at the Activision thing, the layoffs there. If it was an open secret and people already knew it was coming, it was just who was getting hit and who wasn't. But
pretty much,
they did give these people a severance package, and a severance package is designed to tide you over until you get another job. It's supposed to be X amount of months' salary.
So in a quote from Blizzard president J. Allen Brack, he said, this was an extremely difficult decision, and we want to acknowledge the effort of everyone who has contributed to Blizzard. To assist with the transition, we are offering each impacted employee a severance package that includes additional pay, benefit continuation, and career and recruiting support to help them find their next opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're just saying, bye, see ya.
Like,
there's the door.
There's the door.
Yeah.
There's your feet. Move them out that door.
Yeah. So they're I mean, a lot of places, like, I think with the Telltale one, it was like, you're done. Your health insurance and stuff runs out at the end of the week.
It was like the end of the month, and it was the 27th of September or something like that. So it was like, you got 3 days.
Yeah.
And then you're out of insurance.
They're at least trying to take care of people.
Yeah, so I'll give them that. It's just, I don't know. It just, I guess, just left a bad taste in people's mouth, kind of thing.
But Iron, you know who's not laying off people right now? Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Ooh.
Oh
and
man.
Nintendo just did a thing this week.
The Direct, yes. It was the Direct.
And I downloaded that Direct directly into my brain, and let me tell you, I have thoughts.
You have thoughts. Let's hear those thoughts. Because I actually... Okay, so I didn't get to watch the Direct. I left work at the time the Direct started, so...
Before we get Penguin's thoughts, let's just give an overview of what was announced. So, they started off with Super Mario Maker 2. So it's not a port from the Wii U version. It is a direct sequel for the Switch.
That'll be on my list.
They ended the show with Zelda Link's Awakening, which was the first Game Boy game.
It looks like
Zelda?
back in '93.
It was
completely remade.
Yeah, and adorable.
Yeah. Then we got some a new game from Platinum Games, Astral Chain, which is coming to Switch this summer. Tetris 99 got Tetris Battle Royale now. I don't know if either of you guys have tried that yet.
I've tried it yet. I played like 3 matches and
he finished 97th in all of them.
94.
So then they went into a little more detail on Fire Emblem Three Houses, and then they announced Box Boy, which looks kind of like a Super Meat Boy type platformer. Those are the big ones according to this Polygon article that I'm looking at here. There are other, release dates and trailers and stuff shown off. So
yeah, didn't they say the Joker for DLC for Smash Brothers is coming in April or something?
It's coming with a 3.0 update to Smash. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with Mr. Penguin.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
So I have some thoughts here. Thought number 1, good on you, Nintendo, for updating Smash Brothers so quickly with 2.0 and 3.0. I like that. I haven't played it. I haven't played enough of it to even unlock all the characters yet, but I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario Maker 2. I'm glad that that's not a port. I'm glad that it is a sequel, because if they had done a port, then they were going to have to rebuild it to work with the Switch screen and all of that. So to do it as its own separate entity, cool. I'll probably buy it, and not to create levels, just to play other people's levels and get mad and throw my Switch across the room.
Yeah, that would be my plan, is to not necessarily to create the levels, but to just play through them. It seems like it would be a good stream game.
Yeah, I think
it would be a good stream going through the levels and seeing how far you can get.
It reminds me of its kind of concept of like what Little Big Planet started with, that play, create, share thing. So I never actually made anything in Little Big Planet. I just always played other people's levels. But
let me tell you, there is something I would have much rather seen over Super Mario Maker 2. And that would have been, instead of Link's Awakening remastered or whatever, I would have rather seen The Legend of Zelda Maker. That is a possibility that people have been wanting. That would have been, for me, better.
So what, you create like Legend of Zelda, like
you do dungeons and stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like, they showed off how like it could have kind of worked, because when they did Breath of the Wild, they initially did it in the NES art style to kind of do the concept of it, and then they updated it. So I feel like it's possible, but it's fine. I'll still play Super Mario Maker 2. I'm excited to try it out, because I didn't have a Wii U, because I was not one of the 14 people who bought one.
Well, is that something that they could potentially be holding on to as DLC for Mario Maker?
I doubt it'd be DLC. It seems like a E3 timeframe direct announcement instead of middle of February 1.
Because, yeah, it kind of makes sense to drop it or like an E3-ish time, because that's when a lot of people are paying attention. Granted, I do enjoy these like random directs that they do every couple months, because they know nothing's going on and all their focus will be on Nintendo.
Also, all of this leads me to the thought process that the next direct will not be a multi-game direct. It leads me to the thought process that the next direct is the Gen 8 Pokemon one, because they said 2019 for mainstream.
Very true.
They said it was going to be 2019 for the next generation Pokemon game, and we haven't seen not anything about it.
I feel like that's their E3, their big E3.
I don't know that that's
thing.
their E3 one. I think that's more of a spring thing to get people
that's
excited
May.
for it to come in the fall. And if they want to do that direct in May, maybe on my birthday. Actually, May makes a lot of sense because Detective Pikachu comes out May 10th. So if they drop that Pokemon Direct in May around that same time, they're going to have people all jazzed up on Pokemon. They're like,
yeah, I feel like with as much hype as there is behind Gen 8 of Pokemon, I feel like that's the perfect thing for them to cover at, and not necessarily like a Pokemon centric direct at E3, but to have the announcement of it and seeing it for the first time just makes more sense, I think, to me, for having that at E3.
I think a direct around E3 would focus on, like, if they are doing the more portable Switch thing and things like that. I think it would be more of a hardware direct at E3 this year, because I really think that around E3, Sony and Microsoft are going to step up and talk about Xbox 2 and PS5. So,
well, remember, like, Sony said they're not doing E3.
Well, yeah, they're not doing E3 itself, but they're going to do some kind of conference around it. I feel like they're going to announce something near it.
True.
I think they're going to stay as far away from E3 as they can. To just pull completely out of it, and they're going to probably do some bigger... I mean, it may be like a month or so around it, but they're not going to be in that same E3 time frame.
You're right.
Kind of like how they did with the last one.
Xbox 2 and PS5 getting announced at Kinda Funny Direct.
There you go.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it'll be good.
How did you not at least go back and watch this on YouTube, Iron? You've had like a week. It's only 30 minutes.
When it came out on what, the 13th? That was Wednesday.
You had like a week. That's basically a week.
Wednesday. What did I do? I don't know what I did Wednesday. Oh, I streamed.
I believe you said, "Hey, I'm at work. I'm bored." You could have been watching the Nintendo Direct.
That's very true. I could have. I kind of forgot about it actually, because like everybody already talked about everything. Like people were like, "Oh, there's a Super Mario Maker 2." I'm like, "Okay, it's more Mario Maker, but you know, it's not a port and everything." So I was like, "Okay, cool. I wanted one." Chalk mentioned Astral Chain, which I saw some video on. It does look kind of cool.
We'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of the Link's Awakening stuff. Just like the side stuff, like trailers, and then people talking about it and everything.
All I'm saying is that is a Legend of Zelda game that has Chain Chomps and Goombas.
Also remember too that Breath of the Wild was literally my first Zelda game. So.
Oh, we go. Do you have Switch Online? How have you not just gone back and played like Legend of Zelda? You can even go back and play like the baby bitch version that gives you all the stuff, the Master Sword at the beginning.
I actually have the original like gold cartridge of the Legend of Zelda too.
The fuck is wrong with you then?
Oh my god. He has the gold cartridge, but not the NES to play it in.
Yes, I do.
Well, then you have no fucking excuse.
This podcast is canceled until such a time that you go back and play fucking Zelda.
You know what? Fine. Here's the deal. I will stream me finishing eventually Breath of the Wild, and then from there I will do the NES. No, hold on. Then after that I will do the NES one.
You can
do the NES one.
You can play and beat the NES one if you're good about it in like 3 hours. It doesn't.
I'm not good about it.
Especially if you just get the baby bitch one that's on Switch Online and just play that one where you get the Master Sword up front. You'll be fine.
Oh jeez. But I have been playing. I did say earlier. I've played some of the Tetris 99 though.
I want to try it out. I haven't gotten it yet.
How good were you?
Bad.
What'd you get to?
94.
94? Jesus. I thought I was bad at Tetris. I got to like 40.
I didn't understand the whole concept of it and then I read about it yesterday while I was at work and everything, and how, you know, the actual like garbage blocks pile up and everything, and then how you can attack people and offset your garbage blocks and things like that. I was playing it just like normal Tetris. Like I'm like, okay, clear a line, do this, do that, not planning, you know, a 4-block thing. Like you gotta, it's much more planning, and then you can even pick whoever you wanted to attack, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, I will download that at some point. That is happening. There's 2 other things that came out of this direct that were interesting. They did launch Final Fantasy IX on Switch. Apparently, it's the shitty, buggy PC port, so don't buy it.
Oh God, I don't even like Final Fantasy. But that's just depressing. Like I don't want to do that.
I've bought Final Fantasy VII so many times. And I've bought Final Fantasy X a bunch of times. I actually have it downloaded on my PlayStation and need to play it. The other one, all that extended juicy details from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Just shut up and take my money. I'm in.
Oh, you mean that part that I fell asleep during?
Ha!
I don't care.
Dude, this is like Fire Emblem meets like goddamn Hogwarts Harry Potter meets goddamn everything. It's
so does this mean that the next 4 DLCs for Smash Brothers are going to be brand new Fire Emblem characters?
No. We've covered Fire Emblem. No, I think we all know that the next 4 DLC characters for Super Smash Brothers are Crash Bandicoot, Banjo-Kazooie, Minecraft Steve, and Spyro the Dragon.
No, you got to throw Goku in there.
No, Goku doesn't get into the Smash. He gets into the next one on Switch 2. They're not there yet. You can't put Goku in Smash.
We need Captain Toad in Smash.
I'm shocked he's not in Captain Toad.
You can't put Goku in Smash Brothers right now because that would eat into the sales of Shonen Jump Force, which I heard sold an impressive 7 copies.
Sorry.
7 copies. That's bad. That's really bad.
So things that I was excited about. Give me that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, I forgot about that. But yeah, I'm in. If it's got online co-op, me and you, man.
Oh,
let's go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys go.
But I get Gambit. Gambit better be in the game.
You don't like Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Never played it.
You're missing out. You should give it. You should take a taste of it and try.
I hear that a lot about a lot of games, like, you know, Final Fantasy and Warframe and
Yeah, but the difference is that it's not as deep as a Final Fantasy game, so you don't have to do that, and it's not as I don't even know how to try to describe Warframe. I'm sorry, Chalk. I know you love it, but
it's okay. He won't be listening to the podcast. He never does.
Oh God.
Ultimate Alliance is basically Diablo with Marvel characters.
I didn't get into Diablo either.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance is what happens when you take a child's imagination where they used to play with all their action figures that didn't necessarily belong together in the same story, and they did that because you're mashing up Marvel characters that usually would not run together. It's pretty cool.
So I think the perfect game for Iron then is Disney Zoom Zoom.
No. No.
You say no, but I'm kind of interested in Disney Zoom Zoom. I love how we all leave this.
You're gonna pay. How much is that game?
If
I'm sure it's probably gonna be full price.
If it's any less than $200, it's a steal. For all that Zoom Zoom content.
Yeah. I mean, why don't you just play it on your phone?
Because I want to play it on my Switch.
Because he could play it also on his TV.
Yeah, on my I can play it on my 4K.
It's
TV,
not.
Even
it probably wouldn't be good on the TV. It should be touchscreen. I don't know, because my mom plays the hell out of that game. I used to just log in and just send her lives and everything, but the thing is, she would always send me lives back. And then sometimes when I was at their house, she would just take my phone and play because she ran out of lives and she used my 1,000 that she has sent me. It's really, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The final thing out of this that I got from this direct is more games coming to the Switch that probably don't belong on the Switch because they won't run that well.
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah.
You know
Like,
what wouldn't run well on Switch? God of War.
Oh, that's true.
That is true.
The game that has swept the DICE Awards in a number of award ceremonies.
Yeah.
I mean,
it won 9 of the 23 categories
Oh
at
my
the DICE
god.
Awards.
That's
Just
just
to-
cleaning up.
So here are the awards that God of War got at the DICE Awards. So it got Game of the Year. It got Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction. Outstanding Achievement in Game Design. Adventure Game of the Year. Outstanding Achievement in Story. Outstanding Achievement in Sound Design. Outstanding Achievement in Original Music Composition. Outstanding Achievement in Character. And I'm just going to Art Direction. Yeah, and Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction. So it basically got all of the Outstanding Achievement awards except for online gameplay and animation.
also,
And,
I don't know,
technical achievement.
I don't know how this tiny game, this little God of War game, didn't win indie game.
This tiny independent game.
Yeah. So I have a few problems with the awards that God of War won. I appreciated God of War. I thought it was a great game. I enjoyed it. But God of War's plot was lacking and unoriginal. Oh god. Spoiler alert, the kid's Loki. Okay. There you go.
Oh, damn.
And it's literally just like, we're gonna climb a mountain and we're gonna learn things. So I don't think it should have won Outstanding Achievement in Story. I think that you could have given Outstanding Achievement in Story to probably Assassin's Creed Odyssey, even though I haven't played much of it, because because it weaves the narrative in with a much larger world and setting. Or as far as story goes, I think if you don't look at the DLC because it's not really necessary, I think Spider-Man had a great story.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
And I think
Spider-Man had a really good one.
I think Spider-Man really was kind of the one that maybe should have won Outstanding Achievement in Story there.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. I do think Red Dead would also be up there for that. A lot of people kind of see Mike shaking his head. Like, a lot of people.
Red Dead not even nominated for that category.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, when you get to the end of it, though, like, I mean, the whole encompassing thing of the story and that, like, it was really big, and it you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's so boring. Like, Andy didn't like Red Dead and that at all. He was like, this game's not for me. I don't really care for it, you know. And then he was in the Kind of Funny Discord and everything, and he was like, you know, he was really getting into it. He's like, this is great. I'm like, I just finished chapter 3, and then 6 goes and blows the major plot.
Also, please tell me why Kratos wins Outstanding Achievement in Character instead of either Arthur Morgan from Red Dead or Peter Parker Spider-Man. Because Kratos, honestly, under the surface, not that interesting of a guy.
Not really, no.
So I would say, in just taking Kratos in the new God of War, I would say he had more character development across the whole game than either of the other two did that you mentioned. He went from, you know, just trying to do, you know, kind of being reluctant towards Atreus.
Boy.
And basically it seemed like he was just humoring this kid that was his, you know, now his son, that to you know, honor his mother and take them up to the, you know, to the mountain. But over the course of the game, he, you know, sees what's going on with the Norse gods, and, you know, eventually opens up with Atreus, and they end up bonding at the end.
At the end, he's instead of just being like, boy, he's like, I love you, boy.
Right. And in Spider-Man, it's nothing we haven't seen as far as Peter Parker goes. He's already been Spider-Man for 8 years, I think, in the game.
Yeah, it was like 8
So,
or 10.
Yeah, but you start like you're talking about like the whole like he starts to pull that father figure thing with Miles and stuff towards the end of the game. So it's the same thing. You still get the father figure thing at the end.
Yeah.
And at least like as far as characters go, at least there's a little bit more dimension where like you have like the sadness of the breaking up with the Mary Jane and this and that. I feel like in those games Peter Parker was a more well-rounded character and a more interesting character. But again, I don't get to vote on these things, so apparently the Dice Awards knows better than me.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, I mean, clearly, Mario Tennis Aces is Sports Game of the Year.
Sports Game of the Year. Yeah.
Yeah,
about that.
What's that? Where's the sports game? Like, I'm on Dice's thing looking at all the categories right now, and I'm like,
Yeah,
So-
I mean,
they don't
So I
even
guess
list
we'll hang-
sports game on Dice's thing.
So just a couple of other notable awards. Florence got Portable Game of the Year. Celeste got Outstanding Achievement for an independent game, which I don't know why they still need to separate that off.
Oh,
because
independent?
it's the only way they can take
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
like
it's-
bigger studios.
It's the only independent games need their own category because they'll never win an award against a AAA game. That's just how it is.
So then we got Beat Saber got Immersive Reality Game of the Year.
Damn, Skippy, it did. Beat Saber's
It looks
fucking
it
awesome.
looks- It looks fun as fuck.
I still need to play that, and I want to try out the Harmonix game. What is that?
Oh,
Is it Audica or
Audica,
something like that?
Yeah, I
Mm.
can't wait.
It's
That one's
basically
gonna hit
like Beat
PSVR.
Saber with guns. Monster Hunter World got Role Playing Game of the Year.
That's fair.
Forza Horizon 4 got Racing Game.
Forza did deserve it, but RPG of the Year? Fuck you. It should not have been Monster Hunter World. It should have been Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Kuni 2 got robbed in that category at every award show.
I would say either
Forgot
that
about Ni no
or
Kuni.
Octopath, even though I didn't really play.
I never.
I
ended up
played
buying
enough of
Octopath.
I played enough of Octopath to get all of the people, but then I ran into the grind wall and I noped out of that real quick.
Now, Celeste did win Action Game of the Year,
Yes.
so it did take down some big studios in that one.
Yeah, but like it was up against Call of Duty, Destiny 2, Far Cry, which was moderately received, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which didn't have a huge audience. Like the Tomb Raider games don't have as big an audience as they used to have. So
because it's the same game.
the only real
Celeste.
the only
They're
real
all the same.
competition Celeste had in that category, if you were really looking at it, was going to be Call of Duty. And again, the player base dwindled real fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did. Like, it
So-
sold like crazy, and the only reason it sold like crazy is because Blackout is the highest selling of that series, and out of their ones that they do, Blackout is the one that sells the most, and they threw in a battle royale game that, people
Is better than PUBG.
It's more polished than PUBG. That's the thing.
It's more polished than PUBG.
polished.
It's not more polished. In my opinion, it's not better than PUBG because it is flat. Like it's so boring.
It's one of those things where Call of Duty doesn't work on a giant fucking map. Call of Duty is a close quarters run and gun, pulling the trigger as you turn a corner, just in case there's somebody there. Gameplay.
Yeah.
Now, that. Now you flip that and you take that, and when Battlefield 5's BR mode comes out later this year, they'll probably do it better because they are large scale maps already.
Yeah, that's very
Right.
true. Like,
Although now,
mean-
if you're gonna have Battlefield 5's BR up against Apex, and I don't know if Apex is gonna be flash in the pan or not. It's fun to play, but are they going to innovate it enough?
I think Apex will probably take off more once you get the option for doing solo or duos.
Yeah.
Or, squad.
Apex is
more
hurting
options.
itself in only having a 3-person squad
But,
right now.
Yeah,
but
kind of
Quail,
driving me nuts.
And I think it was Quail. It was either Quail or Tim brought up a good point of how do you treat the alts if you go solo? Because one of the characters in Apex, their ultimate is you drop down a care package that Iron can attest to had, it's random, but it had, the best sniper rifle in the game.
Yeah, you're talking about Lifeline or Lifelink, whatever her name is. I know who you're talking
Lifeline.
about.
Yeah, she can drop a care package, and then I pulled like a Kraber out of it or something.
So if they did solo, they what's to prevent everyone from choosing that one character? But I don't know if that necessarily breaks the game as it's designed or not.
Well, it wouldn't, because if everybody has that character, everybody's got access to those care packages, so it's still balanced.
And it doesn't always drop that. That's actually like a one. That's like one of those random drop. Like it's rare. Like
I think that was the only good thing in that care package that you got.
It's not like say in PUBG when you get to like the third or fourth circle and it drops a care package. There's an AWM in there.
Yeah.
Also, online game of the year was a robbery at the DICE Awards. How are you gonna leave Sea of Thieves not the winner? You give it to Fortnite. Fuck you, Ninja.
Did they really give it to Fortnite?
It went to Fortnite.
I missed that one.
Outstanding achievement in online gameplay went to Fortnite.
Now, I don't like Fortnite. That's why I'm against it. However, Sea of Thieves, when it first came out, you gotta admit, Penguin, it was kind of a dud.
Yeah, but
they've built it. They've built it up because I played it with you.
They literally had in the time frame of this awards show for the time frame, they had Shrouded Spoils and like Forsaken Isles and all that stuff come out, and all that came out before the DICE Awards gave out their awards. Like those were all in place. So
I think the problem was the fact that it kind of fell flat at first, and it didn't like ride high and then kind of maintain it. It just it jumped and then it dropped. It's building back up though.
The other thing to point out is that Sea of Thieves is only PC and Xbox, whereas Fortnite is pretty much every device you can get it on. And now that Sony is, actually playing ball with the other kids in the neighborhood,
kind of. Not really.
You can literally play with anyone.
Yeah, with like Fortnite and Rocket League. Chucklefish will not agree with that claim though. Chucklefish is very upset.
Chucklefish is like, they won't let us do Stardew crossplay. What the fuck?
Wargroove. Isn't it Wargroove?
Wargroove. Like, they asked about Stardew first, but then Wargroove also. So I don't know if it's only like, the really, really gigantic games are just pushing it, but it seems like they're having an issue letting the smaller games play.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
And even with Rocket League, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago, they're like, yeah, we just have to flip a switch and we can do crossplay against everything.
They accidentally flipped the switch and it lasted for like a weekend where Xbox and PlayStation was up against each other. I remember that because people were like, here's proof of concept. It works.
Yeah, it works. It completely works. It's just Sony doesn't want to do it because Sony is top dog this generation. Last generation, it was Xbox that didn't want to do it. This generation, it's PlayStation. But the top guy doesn't want to do it.
You know who wants to do it every generation? Nintendo.
Nintendo.
That's right. Nintendo's like, Minecraft, cool. Rocket League, sweet. They're like, you know what? You want to do Smash Brothers multi-platform? Great. Now, how much are you gonna pay us to let you have Smash Brothers? We'll do it mobile to Switch. We'll make a mobile version of Smash Bros.
I want the Smash Bros. Clicker game on my phone.
I mean, we're gonna get the Mario Kart.
I'm still waiting for like the Fortnite version of Adventure Capitalist.
Oh man. All right. So I think that will wrap it up for this week. I think that's all the news we wanted to get to. So we will record again next week. We'll be dumping all of this on a jacket. He will
Play
be
Anthem.
No.
If I win the giveaway.
Oh yeah, the giveaway. Forgot about that for a minute. So we will pimp that out.
I'm always reminding you about
That's
things.
true. So we'll pimp that out. The giveaway is Thursday, 1:00. So either you, I've just pretty much been saying you either subscribe on Twitch with your Twitch Prime, or you head over to Patreon, and it only costs $3, and that'll get you into the giveaway instead of trying to tell people to use their regular money on Twitch because it's $5. So it's cheaper if you just go to Patreon. So go ahead and do that. You will get entered into the giveaway as long as you head to the Discord. I'm sure we will have that link posted. Because Jacket will be doing a YouTube video since we are recording the videos and everything. He'll be working on that. So go ahead.
I apologize that you have to see my face.
It would have been better if it was still painted like Kratos.
Or
Fat Kratos.
Or the penguin onesie.
Or the penguin onesie.
You'll get the penguin onesie at some point. Don't worry.
You'll have to do the penguin onesie at some point. But otherwise, so there's that. So the giveaway will happen on the 21st. We're giving away one of 5 games. Winner's choice. It'll either be Anthem, like they said, Far Cry New Dawn, Resident Evil 2 Remastered, the Kingdom Hearts 3, or Metro Exodus. I guess winner's choice of platform.
I own 2 of those. 3
Well,
of
then
those.
if you win, pick one you don't own. More than likely, Spidey J's gonna win it because he's winning fucking everything we do.
Jesus Christ. Disqualify that man.
We don't get why he's winning everything. He won 2 months straight of the giveaway. He won Red Dead, and then he won Smash Brothers, and then he won the Smash Brothers tournament. And then when I did Extra Life, I think he won like 5 of my Humble Bundle giveaways.
but I won the big Extra Life one, so haha.
That's true. You did win the Extra Life one, and you still got Smash out of it.
I did.
So, so that covers that. Mike will be hosting LCW. This will not go up in that time. So, when it does go up, though, please remember that this week, because more than likely this goes up Monday. So this Saturday, the 23rd, because the 22nd is Friday. So the 23rd will be it's
the Elimination Airlock.
Elimination Airlock. That's where the Elimination Chamber is in.
Where Penguin will finally get himself up to some kind of championship. It's happening, kids. I got that last spot. I was watching.
Yes, you did. You did get the last spot. You fucking beat me on that.
Yeah, I did.
I should have won. That was close.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo. Mike's just mad because he's not.
I had the same chance everyone else did.
That's very true. I mean, you still got to get past 6, though. You know. Yeah.
I mean,
good luck with that.
There is a reason why the tagline for the show is 6 men enter, 6 leaves.
Yes. Like good luck.
That's probably what happens.
Probably.
I hope I beat 6 on that. That'd be great.
God, I just want it to happen because it'd be funny.
I mean, we did see Austin cleanly beat 6 in like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that. So
yeah,
the man can be beat. It's only happened like twice.
Yeah, very true.
So check that out.
Yep, check that out. That'll be coming this Saturday since you'll be getting this of the week of. And the giveaway will be Thursday, the 21st. And then we should have another podcast up the following week. So I think that is everything. So thank you guys all for listening. We always appreciate it. Please make sure to follow us or subscribe, whatever, on YouTube. Hit the like button. It is appreciated. And you can also probably find the podcast up on iTunes and the Google Play Store once those are updated and uploaded and everything. So again, thank you guys for watching. Mike and Penguin, thank you for joining me on this. And we will be talking to everybody next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.